Hello everybody. So today I have a very interesting video. Um, I have some fidget toys to show you. I do have another pack somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. I haven't used it in a while, but this is an entire box full of 24 fidget spinners that I got for $14 on Amazon for an extremely cheap price. And where can you go wrong in that? Like, where can you get a better deal? You know, when you get like 24 fidget toys for just like $14. That's like a really, really good price for that. Because a lot of fidget spinners these days are very expensive. I actually do have one fidget spinner that was actually $20 because it actually glows and it's made of steel. It's this one right here, so you can see that it has some glowing features on it, so it glows in the dark. The only problem with this fidget spinner is even though it's really cool, it does sometimes wobble a bit on the spinners. But, you know, I haven't used this in a while, but I like it because it's very smooth when it's spinning. Like, you can barely hear that. But, plus it's heavy and, it glows in the dark, and I do like the fact that it has metal all over it and it's red, and it looks cool on both sides, you know, and this side too. But it's really fun to play with. You know, I like how it feels in my hands. So this is probably the most expensive fidget spinner I have. All right. So, those of you who don't know, I know some of my subscribers probably haven't seen my videos, but I do have a special needs. I am special needs. I know I may not look like it, but I actually do have a few disabilities. I have a learning disability. I also have carpal tunnel, and I have astigmatism in one of my eyes, so everything I see is doubled vision. I also have, I think I said learning disability, but I also have... I get very nervous very easily. I'm very anxious. I have anxiety disorder and all that stuff. So, I got these delivered to me yesterday. And I usually keep the box that it comes in because I need something to keep these toys in. So it came with a bunch of little squishies. If you can see that, this is a bunny. And we also have, this one's cute. I think this is probably my favorite one. This is a kitty cat paw print. It's really cute because it's pink and it's white. I think the squishies are probably like one of my most favorites because not only are they cute and they're small and squishy, but they're so soft. Like, I love how it feels. And it's so quiet and it won't disturb anybody. It's really comfortable to have in your hands. And I really enjoy having these in my life. Let's see. We have a few favorites in here that I really enjoy. And then here we have a little gray cat squishy. Just a regular common looking cat. And this one is a unicorn, also one of my favorites. Very adorable, so you can see that. I'm actually not standing up because, you know, this is a lot of stuff in one box. So. And then I actually really do like this one too. This is a shark. And it's so cool because it's got like little fangs. And it's got that great character inside in its face. It's really cute. I like the little shark fin that it has. Gosh, I hate it when I see these in my videos. So this one is a seal. It's very flat. And it's probably a lot bigger than most of my squishies, but so this is the seal, and you see all the details on it. I know I have more squishies in here. This one is so easy to tell. This is a freaking chick. It's pretty big too. It's a very round looking yellow chick. And then this is just a white bunny rabbit. Pointy ears. So cute. Little tiny tail in the back. So adorable. I love doing this to the ears. It's just so much fun. And then here we have what looks like one of those Chinese cats that goes like this to you when you walk into a store or a salon. Because it just looks a lot like that. But you can see what I mean. Let me make sure that's all of them. Yeah, okay. And now we're going to show you these. I have two of these. Let's see if I can get them both out. Oh, where's the other one? Oh dear. Ah, here it is. Okay, so you guys know what these are. A lot of people have these. This is just one of those things that, you know, you just push the marble through it. So this one is with the marble, and you just push it through with your thumb. I kind of feel like it's a massage on your thumb finger. Like, it just feels really good on your thumb, and it tickles my nerves. But I like playing with it. It's really fun. Like, you could even twist it. Like, I've seen people actually twist this thing. It really keeps you busy. And then we have a blue one here. Blue and white. Same thing. And then these are like one of my favorites. I love these. It came with two of these. I love them because the sound that it makes, you can see that. And then what's also cool about these things is that when you squeeze them, you don't have to worry about popping them, because it feels so weird. It's really fun. So I could, like, I'm not like I'm stupid, but you could bite it and it would not pop at all. Like, but these are really, really fun. But it's fun because when these things come out, it's very squishy kind of sound, and it feels squishy, and it has these little squishy things in the bubbles. And when you're touching them with your fingers, like, it feels so good. And then if you see that they're still sticking out, you just basically can squeeze it and it goes right back in immediately. Or you can just wait till it goes in by itself. But it came with two of these. So these are really fun to have. And then we have a little ball here. Well, it's not a ball, but it's the shape of a ball. And what I like to do is I like to roll it around my hands because it tickles and it feels really good. Also because of the fact that I have carpal tunnel. And these things, they're soft, and they have these little things sticking out. So when you roll it around, it just feels really good to have on your hands. And then we have, I think these are called monkey strings or something, and it comes with a hot pink, a green, and a lime green. So you could like do a lot of this and stretching. It's really fun to have. And I think it works out your muscles, because when you're pulling it, it's like you're basically exercising. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can just keep counting. It actually really does work out your... Sorry about that. It does work out your arms, because you can feel like the burn in your arms. So like you can go like this, and you just keep doing that, or you can do it with this hand, and it's a good workout. It really helps you. Now this is one of my favorite. This one actually does a lot of clicking noises. And it almost sounds like you're cracking your knuckles. So when this came in, this was the shape of a square, like a very flat looking square. But it's so hard to put it back together. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's almost impossible. But it's really difficult to do that. But you can just like move it around like this, you know, and it feels really good to have this in your hands. You could even like turn it, you know, do what you want with it. So that's really fun. And then we have just like a basic looking square, so you can just move it around. You can move it like this. Or you could even like fold it on top of each other like a transformer, and it turns into a cube. And we have like these things, they kind of look like rings to me, or sometimes like earrings. Really funny. And with these, you just basically toy around with it. You can move it. You can kind of like, you know, do this with it and just, you know, because it moves around the entire ring. And you can do that. So, and then this one, you do the same thing because they're both the same. And these came in colors of green and red. I think you could actually also put these on a keychain if you wanted to. And then this is also another one of my favorites, and it's the same, it's pretty much the same thing as this one, except it's bigger. But this one, the difference between this one is that even though it can click, you can actually take it apart. And you can do that. When I first did it, I thought I broke it. I was like, what the hell? But I actually found out that if you take a good look at it, you can see that there is a slot on here, and then there's this little tongue that sticks out. And what you do is you can just pop it right back in, and until you hear a little click. Like, kind of like that. Sometimes you do have to apply pressure because these are a little hard to put back in. There we go. And what's really fun about this is that even though this kind of limits the whole shape it into however you want, this is more flexible than this because it's longer and it's skinnier and it moves a lot more, and you can take it apart. And what's cool is you could do this. You could basically, you can turn this into whatever you want. Like if you wanted to make a heart, what you do is you'll want to turn it into a circle, clip this in, like that. And then just push down on here. And there you go, you have a heart. And if you want to push it down some more, you can do that too. And say if one of your friends was also having a really bad day and they needed something to keep their hands busy or focus, what you can do is, like I said, again, you can take it apart and do that, and then do it again like this, and you can give them half of this, and it's really, really cool. And of course you'll want to snap it back in like that. You could also probably put this on like this. And what you can do is have it as a necklace. Really cool. Now, some parts of it are kind of hard to pull apart, but it's really fun because of the sounds that it makes. Almost feels like ASMR to me. You can even do this, you can do that, you can just move it around. And this is really fun. What's really cool is that when this thing came in, it was basically rolled up like this. So if you want it to be rolled up, what you do is you take this part apart, obviously, and then you fold that in as best as you can. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I like to be Miss Perfect sometimes. And then if you want to take it apart like this and just do that and just have it flat out again, it looks kind of like a whip. And sometimes you could even do this. You can just snap it back in and then have it completely fold up like that. And there you go. Now, we all know what the heck this is. We all do. This is probably one of the biggest fidget toys I have. The Rubik's Cube. And of course, you just have to match the colors, do whatever. And this is my brother-in-law's favorite thing to have on him. He loves these things, absolutely loves them. And he has the weirdest Rubik's Cubes I've ever seen. Like, he had one that was like the shape of a freaking ball. It was crazy. But he collects a lot of these. And they're really cool. And this is really light too. So it's very easy to figure out. It's really, really light. And now, out of the biggest one that we have in here, looks kind of like a lava lamp, except it's not hot, doesn't need to be plugged in, it's not electronic. And you just basically can shake it, and it bubbles up, and you can even turn it around, does the same thing. These come in all kinds of colors. They come in like blue, orange, green, yellow, red. And they're just really fun, and they're very light, and you don't have to worry about being so fragile, so like it won't break very easily. So it's like a very hard kind of glass, and or if it even is glass, or probably a hard plastic. I think it's more of a hard plastic, but this won't break so easily. So, and it makes little watery sounds. I'm going to put all these back in. And usually when I put these back in, I try to put like the big ones at the very bottom. And then, you know, let's put this in here. And then what I do is I put the squishies for last. So I always put the squishies on top, so it would be much easier for me to find them. So there you go. So you can see how I just try to organize. Well, I can't really show you on camera, but. And then you just close the box. Now it does have a lot of small parts that children can choke on. It literally says on the box too, it says warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years old. So don't give these to children that are under 3 years old. That's all. Yeah, this is kind of hard to close. Unless I do a little trick. There we go. Okay. So much shit up here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What I tell you, fidget spinners are like a life changer. They're really, really helpful, and they're good for pretty much anybody. So like if you have somebody who has anger issues, anxiety, depression, or has OCD or ADHD, or has autism, these fidget toys are really, really good at keeping a person concentrated and, you know, just good for entertainment. It would be awesome if you could have these in school to kill time, but of course a lot of teachers say that it's a distraction and kids are not paying attention because they're more focused on the fidget toys, which I could see why it would be distracting because they're made to distract you and make you concentrate, but if you use them in school, you're more concentrating less on your class and more on the toy. So I wouldn't recommend using these in schools because teachers are very strict about these things. In some places, they are banned to be used. I know that there was one in particular time. It was really stupid that there was a few teachers say, "Oh, you guys shouldn't put these on sale. You should take them off the shelves because they're really distracting for kids in class." So I was kind of like, dude, you cannot just say that, "Oh, you want them off shelves." Like, not every single person in the world is a child. Like, not everybody is in school anymore. Like, some people have graduated. Like, it's really dumb. But, yeah, these are really fun to have around. I personally brought them because I have a job, but I work in a program. So, you know, every now and then when I need something to keep me, you know, leveled out, I would have those toys on me. But I also, what else do I use them? You could also use them if you're like a business person and you work in a building and you're working on the computer all the time. I think these would also be really good, on the shelf kind of toys to have to keep you busy if you're like on the computer and you can just like pay attention to the computer and play with your fidget toy at the same time. So like if you have a fidget spinner or if you have one of those tangle looking fidget toys. You can just mess around with it in your hands as you're looking at the computer. So they're really, really good to have for that. And even if yourself, you're not even just your friends, but if you yourself have a lot of issues of concentrating, those fidget toys will help you. If you could also give away some of the fidget toys to some people, you know, just to be kind. I know that I have two nieces and one nephew, and one of my nieces is she has OCD, and she's very hyper, and it's very hard for her to stay still and to express how she feels because of her disability. And I had one of the squishy toys, and I gave one to her with my other collection, you know, and it made her really feel happy, and she was, you know, all hooked onto it, keeping her focused and level-headed, and she really, really enjoyed it. So if you guys have any friends or any nieces or, you know, anybody in your family that has a disability, and you wanna give one of your squishies away or a fidget toy, it's your decision. Now, as for these fidget toy collections, I'm not giving them away because it comes with 24, and I love them all, and I don't want to give them away. I'm definitely keeping these to myself. I would probably share it with like my best friend, but not all the friends that I have, because some of my friends were not like close friends, but we're friends, but I don't really trust anybody else with my fidget toys, so I mostly just share them with one of my closest friends that I know I can trust. Anyways, if you guys are looking for fidget toys or bundles, you can go on Amazon, and there's all kinds, like literally all kinds, and it's very cheap. Like you can get like 33 fidget toys in a big box for like probably like $16. Like that's how cheap it is. I'm not even kidding you. There's just all kinds. So just fidget toy away and go crazy. But these are really, really fun, and they're really addicting, and I think that anybody would like them, and I would recommend to anybody who needs help. These fidget toys are a lifesaver, and they're really, really fun to have. Anyways, have a great day, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this.